Hi there guys, welcome to my Star Wars The Old Republic Knights of the Fallen Empire coverage. My name is George and today we will be doing Chapter 4, the Gravestone. We are currently at the planet Zakuul in the swamp area after we crash landed here last time. So last mission was pretty interesting, the best one so far for me, I have to say, and it was pretty fun. So anyway, let's now get into this phase and continue our story. Chapter 4, the Gravestone.
Out.
Did you think to take any extinguishers when you stole the ship?
Outman! You're up. See what you can do with this thing.
Not much, apparently.
That's 2 more shuttles you owe me.
You didn't even own this one. It really shouldn't count.
It was mine when it crashed. It counts.
Do we know anything about this swamp?
Not much to it. Barely populated. Some old ruins scattered around. The usual grumpy wildlife you'd expect. People call it the Endless Swamp.
Endless?
It's an old name. People were more dramatic back then.
Anything on your sensors?
Confirmation. I have detected a large metallic object nearby. Analysis suggests a technological construct, but there are no energy readings.
Whatever it is, it's got better chances of flying than this thing. Engine's fried to a crisp.
Sky troopers won't be far behind us. We need to hide the evidence of our landing.
I'll scavenge you, Barry.
Just like Aaron Prime. I want you to know that I appreciate all you've done. You obviously risked a lot to rescue me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Though, of course, the rescue isn't quite over yet. I know you have more questions than answers, but we should really keep moving. I promise I'll tell you everything I can as soon as we're safe.
Enthusiasm. Shall we investigate the technological object? I believe I can guide us to its location.
Very well.
Okay, now we are going with the HK, and I'm going to put him on damage because HK unit really can't be a healer. That's insane. Investigate the technological object. The winged swamp beasts, so I guess we can do that since we're already here.
Inspiration. Style eliminated. Remote. Dead.
Let's see if it's inside. Yeah.
Target has achieved deadness. Inspiration.
have to say I like my old HK unit a bit better. This one doesn't have that good dialogues. Let's do the bonus before we move on. Because XP is always nice.
No one harms my master.
So I am your master. So I basically have now 2 HK units. Pretty nice. And I think I will only be able to use this one in story modes. Not all the time. Oh, we have other people here. Which is interesting since this is supposed to be a personal phase. So there really shouldn't be people around, I guess. That's not the thing we needed. The object seems to be a piece of something bigger. I wonder what it is. Must be a ship or something.
You act more like a bodyguard than an assassin. Is that your primary function?
Confirmation. It is a very difficult task indeed that I have kept Masters Benico and Fortina alive, despite their high risk and difficult section migration online.
Two of them seem close.
Deflection and +1 graph to encounter discuss the emotional matters of meat bags under my protection.
Uh-huh.
Meat bags. I missed that word. From Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Dead. Target has achieved deadness.
That's some big spiders.
Eliminated.
Okay, ancient swamp rancor. That's a bit different rancor that we are used to. Has horns. But he went down pretty fast nonetheless. Speak to HK55.
Admiration. It is a great pleasure to witness your skills firsthand, Master.
Master?
Clarification. Master Beniko altered my programming before we secured your release. I am to serve you with the same unexcelled loyalty with which I serve her. In fact, your survival is now my highest priority.
I'm no more important than Lana or Koth. Don't prioritize me above them.
Concession. I will alter my prioritization as you request, Master. Gossip. You are just as selfless as I had been led to believe. Resumption. Shall we continue?
Not your typical HK unit, that's for sure. I like mine much better. Mine has nice dialogues and all that. I guess we could have dropped down there, but that's fine, I guess. I guess that's the thing we wanted.
Is this the object you picked up on your sensors?
Confirmation. Yes, Master. A closer scan suggests that this object has been here for several centuries.
Centuries? Of all the junk out here, you had to find the antique.
Observation. Visible design elements do not match any from Zakuulan culture, antique or modern.
Not from Zakuul. Could it be?
He doesn't overthink things.
Do you have any idea what this is?
It looks like some kind of old spacecraft.
This is the Gravestone. This was the only ship that ever went up against the Eternal Fleet and won. Do you have any idea how long people have been looking for this thing?
And we just happened to stumble upon it.
You said this ship went up against the Eternal Fleet and won? But it's rusting in a swamp while the fleet is still around.
The fleet is even older than Valkyrian. Maybe even older than Zakuul. The battles happened centuries ago. Nobody knows the details of the whole war. But every story talks about the Gravestone. One ship with the firepower to take on the Eternal Fleet. This is fate. We get your Outlander. Find exactly the weapon we need. We're going to win this thing, Lana. It's destiny.
It's certainly no coincidence, but destiny? I think there's something else going on here.
You think this is some kind of setup?
No, not exactly. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Let's have a look inside, huh?
Assessment. Nearby signs of animal activity suggest local predators may be using this wreck as a nesting ground. Caution is advised.
We'll split up, deal with any wildlife, then regroup to plan our next move.
Heal up.
Oh, and Knockout is with me. I guess he can heal.
Took one out. I can do this all day.
Still need to edit my thing a bit. Didn't do that. Companion cast bar, I need to move it a bit further. Since they changed that window a bit. That bar.
Or where that came from. Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then. Target down. I can do this all day.
Ellie, 16, 17, 52.
Or where that came from. Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then.
So how are we supposed to fly this thing? It looks like a pile of crap. Pile of junk.
Yeah! Clearing these things out? Very easy!
Hard to stop thinking about
Easiest
Benin
thing ever.
sometimes, you know?
Time to take a stand. Took one out. Or where that came from. All day. Target.
Offhand saber. Not for me, but okay. Still lower than what I have. I don't think I will find a better gear for me. These missions. Since I already have operations gear.
The endless swamp. After the damage you inflicted, they couldn't have made a safe landing anywhere else.
And if they didn't make a safe landing?
We'll know soon enough. Sky Troopers, sweep the area. Focus on regions with high metallic sensor readings.
I oversaw security in the Carbonite prison. I humbly submit myself to answer for this failure.
Sister.
I didn't like his answer.
She's pretty cruel.
So this ship has been here for 1,000 years. More.
Right. It's amazing that it's in such good condition, considering. Judging by the damage I've seen, the stories are true. Whoever built the Gravestone scuttled it themselves after the Eternal Fleet was defeated. It wasn't shot down.
The fleet was defeated but not destroyed. Valkorion brought it back under his own control more than a century ago.
Exactly. The Eternal Fleet is totally automated. Nobody knows who first built it, and every theory is crazier than the last.
Renegades left behind after a successful droid revolution. Representatives of an entire race of droids from somewhere beyond the edge of the known galaxy.
Like I said, crazy stuff. But no matter where it came from, the Eternal Fleet is practically unstoppable. And Arkan controls every single ship from the throne.
If Valkorion has had this unstoppable fleet for more than a century, why didn't he use it to help the Sith Empire defeat the Republic?
We can only theorize. If the war was just part of a ritual to make the Emperor truly immortal, perhaps using the fleet would have interfered somehow. Regardless, we have many other things to discuss. I owe you 5 years' worth of explanations.
And I'm gonna need some parts to get this thing moving again.
Locating supplies and fresh water would also be wise.
I'll help you find what we need, Lana.
Very well.
Assertion. I will begin a patrol pattern to ensure that no enemy forces report our position.
Okay, and now we are back with Lana.
Should feel better now.
And I guess this ship is like our headquarters right now. We have a quest over here. Optional quest, but it's there. Okay, that's a bit further. I'm going the wrong direction. To go through here, I think. Or maybe not. Oh, there's a way to go up here. So we are now basically going all the way back. I I think, at least. enemies around, so we still must be in phased instance. Okay. Where do I go up? Kinda stuck right now. We're here, I guess. Didn't see that path over there.
Should feel better now. That's the end of that one.
When Darthmar and I faced Valkorion, we knew right away. He was the Sith Emperor, Lana.
I know. When he was struck down, it released ripples through the Force. Everyone who had felt the Sith Emperor's presence in the past, on Ziost, on Yavin 4, we all sensed what had happened. Arkan invaded soon after, claiming that an outlander had assassinated his father, the immortal Emperor. It didn't take long for us to unravel the truth.
Which side did Arkan attack first?
Both. Ships from the Eternal Fleet struck at shipyards and rallying points for both sides simultaneously. They favored ambush tactics throughout the war. Zakuul sensor technology has far greater range than our own, and their ships can fly much further on less resources. Only vessels retrofitted with Isotope 5 could manage to outrun them. None could truly compete.
Okay, I guess we will have a bit of backstory what happened for the last 5 years over here as we are activating these.
How long did the Republic and the Empire manage to hold out?
Within 3 months, the bulk of our naval forces were disabled or eliminated, and the Republic was in the same situation. With naval superiority, Arkan's forces could begin choking off supply lines, trade, any ship travel at all. The Eternal Fleet seemed to be everywhere at once. Coruscant and Dromund Kaas were blockaded by the end of the first year.
How did it end?
The members of the Dark Council fought Archon's invasion ruthlessly and lost. The Empire's treaty was ultimately negotiated by the Minister of Logistics. Chancellor Suresh also refused to discuss surrender, but the Republic Senate managed to overrule her. A cadre of senators negotiated their own ceasefire terms. All of those senators have since been disgraced or dismissed. I'm sure you can imagine the likely culprit.
What about the Jedi Order?
I know that they suffered heavy losses, but that's the extent of my information. I've sent agents to find out more, but none have returned. I wish I had more to tell you. So far, the treaties with Zakuul have held, but that will not last forever.
Okay, I guess I have my work cut out for me.
Here, this will help. Challenge accepted and met. Never stood a chance. Put up a good fight. Somewhat worthy opponent.
I have to say these NPCs are going down quite fast. Maybe it's because of my gear level, but I'm not sure. Another swamp anchor.
A freshwater spring. It should be safe for drinking.
So the Eternal Fleet overwhelmed both the Republic and the Empire. What was the result?
Both sides are forced to pay a heavy tribute to Zakuul, mainly raw materials and resources. They're also held under an arms limitation statute. The Empire and the Republic are both breaking it, of course, but they're still incapable of challenging the throne directly.
Who's in charge of the Republic now?
Suresh reached the end of her term limits recently, but her replacement is a carefully selected puppet. She still runs things, even if she isn't officially the Chancellor anymore.
And the Empire?
Only one member of the Dark Council remained after the chaos. Darth Asina. She now rules as Empress of the Sith. Both sides see this only as an opportunity to eliminate one another at a time of weakness, instead of combining what strength they have. Archon does nothing to prevent violence between them, so long as their tribute is paid and no one challenges Zakuul's superiority.
I'm surprised Archon didn't try to destroy both governments. He obviously had the firepower.
I don't think Archon feels any desire to actually govern our portion of the galaxy. For now, he sees it as a backwater, useful only for resources. Powerful Zakuulan battle stations have been placed in orbit around key worlds to watch for possible uprisings. But there are no ongoing planetary occupations. The ships of the Eternal Fleet simply patrol at random, while the tribute paid to Zakuul gradually chokes all economic potential.
What about my team? My ship?
I have allies looking for them as we speak. With all of the chaos of the last few years, though, it will take time to find them all. For now, we make do with ourselves, Koth, and HK.
You are all I need.
You obviously put a lot of thought into getting me out. Did you think about what would come after?
Of course, though I admittedly didn't plan on being stranded in this swamp. For now, let's take things one step at a time.
So why me? You clearly went to a lot of trouble to get me out of Carbonite.
Before you were captured, you accomplished things no one else dared to attempt. You changed the galaxy more than once, and if things have ever needed to change, now is the time. But there is something else. I felt it since the moment I found you in Carbonite. There's a power in you. Something new. It's elusive, but I know it's there.
I think you're right, Lana. I think the Emperor, Valkorion, is in my mind.
What?
After he died, there was a storm of energy. I barely even remember being thrown into the carbon freezing chamber. And then, while I was frozen, I saw things. Dreamed about him. About everything that happened while I was gone.
It can't be. If he were controlling you, I'd know it. I certainly saw enough of it on Ziost.
I don't think he's trying to control me. Not directly, anyway. He was trying to convince me to work with him.
Whatever he's doing, we can be sure that he's always trying to deceive us somehow. I believe in you. And I appreciate your honesty. I'll remain watchful for any influence he might have over you. For the time being, though, we have no choice but to proceed.
What about the others?
They wouldn't understand. And like you said, we really don't know anything for sure yet. Let's keep the matter between us for now.
Salutation. It is a pleasure to see you again so soon, Master. I have encountered minimal resistance in my patrol.
How minimal?
Reassurance. Only one Sky Trooper and 3 local predators with poor survival instincts. Our position appears to be secure at this time, but I would still advise caution on your return trip, Masters.
Keep up the good work, HK.
Appreciation. It will be my pleasure to do so, Master.
Okay. We can port directly to Gravestone. That's nice.
Here, this will help.
Is he fixing this thing or what? Yes, he does.
Hey there. Did you find something tasty?
We definitely found something.
Great. I've got a pretty good idea of the parts we'll need. Let's go see what we can find.
Okay, and now I'm going out with him, I guess.
Got you covered.
Oh, there's a speeder bike. Wish I know that sooner.
Feel better?
Didn't put me all the way there, but okay. Collect scattered starship parts.
Heal up.
I guess I need to find them around. Got a bit too far ahead.
Heal up.
Probably have a bonus. Let's see.
Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then.
Maybe not. Investigate detected debris readings.
Time to take a stand.
can't really use my speeder out here. I have to say this area kinda reminds me of Kashyyyk on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
It's destiny. I ditch all these parts before we crash, we find the Gravestone, and then what do we need to get it flying? Honestly, it's plain as day. Not for Lana, though. For her, it's all just skill and luck and coincidence.
Relying on fate to get you out of trouble will always leave you disappointed. Better to rely on yourself.
I can't believe you two. Just wait and see. I know I'm right on this. Lana's told me about all the things you've done. More than once. Half the reason I agreed to this crazy rescue was to see if you were actually real. So, I figure I know all about your past. You deserve to know mine. Lana might have told you I was the captain of a warship during Arkan's campaign against the Core Worlds. My crew and I deserted, but I'm not going to pretend we didn't do our share of damage beforehand. Just thought you should hear it from me.
Lana mentioned that you deserted, instead of following orders. What was the order?
We were holding territory on Denon. Locals rioted and orders were to open fire until they stopped. None of us even wanted to be there. Massacring civilians? That's not how Zakuul is supposed to operate.
Thank you for being honest with me. You and your crew made the right choice.
Glad you think so. One more thing, as long as we're being honest. When you risked your life to shut that generator down, you showed me that you're someone I can count on. I want to take Arkan down, but we don't have to take down all of Zakuul with him. I'm glad to know you understand that too.
Too many innocent people have suffered already. I'm not going to add to that.
Thank you. Come on. Let's get this stuff back to the Gravestone.
Request. Please rendezvous at my current coordinates at your earliest convenience, Masters. I require assistance.
Plastic droid.
Blasted dude. Okay, this mission is pretty long. I will probably have to split it in 2 parts or more. We will see. Okay, so where he is.
Feel better? Please, save us. What the hell is going on here? What did you do to them?
Protestation. I have done nothing to these pitiable meatbags, Master. They were merely bystanders when I destroyed a group of sky troopers. They've requested our help in escaping the enemy's notice.
Please, we're no danger to you. We were exiled for protesting Emperor Archon's war. We've already lost 2 of our friends. Please, is there anything you can do for us?
We're repairing a ship with room for passengers. We can get you out of here.
You're serious? That's incredible. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're doing the right thing. Thank you.
Okay, let's go back and repair the ship. Speak to HK55.
You're sure we can make it fly again?
She'll fly. Just been waiting for somebody to come along and remind her how.
Let's get to work then.
Not really sure how this pile of rust is going to fly, but okay. Show off.